Have you ever wondered why some women choose to live alone? No partner, no boyfriend, no rush to find one. It's not loneliness or a broken heart. It's a choice so bold, it shakes the very roots of what we've been taught a woman should be. Meet Margaret, 72, from a quiet Ohio town. After 40 years of marriage, she lost her husband and faced a choice. Seek someone new to fill the void, or embrace the silence of her own company. Margaret chose herself, and at 75, she's never felt freer, tending her garden, laughing at church socials, and living on her terms. Today, I'm sharing the heart-stirring truth behind women like Margaret who live alone, not out of lack, but out of strength. These are the secrets of their emotional freedom, and they could change how you see yourself forever. Ready to be inspired? Let's dive in. Society whispers a lie. A woman alone must be lonely, waiting for someone to save her. But women like Margaret shatter that myth. They're not lost. They're found. They're not cold. They're done burning for people who couldn't feel their warmth. Living alone isn't a failure. It's a revolution. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows women over 60 who embrace solo living report higher life satisfaction than those chasing relationships out of fear. Why? Because they've discovered a truth most miss. You don't need a partner to feel whole. Take Ellen, 68, from a Texas community center. After a painful divorce, Ellen thought love was her only path to happiness. She dated, hoping each man would fix her heartache. But every date felt like a step backward, dimming her spark. One evening, sitting on her porch swing, the creak of the wood and the hum of crickets spoke louder than her doubts. She realized she wasn't lonely. She was free. Ellen started painting again, joined a book club, and found joy in her own company. "I thought I needed someone," she said, tears in her eyes. "But I needed me." Action. Pause and ask yourself, have you ever felt pressure to be with someone just to avoid being alone? Jot down one thing you love about your own company. It could be the spark of your own revolution. The woman who lives alone didn't start there. She walked through fire, heartbreak, betrayal, years of giving too much to people who gave too little. But from those ashes, she rose stronger. Margaret's story proves it. After her husband's passing, she faced sleepless nights, wondering if she'd ever feel whole again. Friends urged her to date, saying, "You need someone." But Margaret felt a quiet pull inside, a voice saying, "You are enough." She started small, reading by her window, planting tulips, writing letters to her younger self. Each act was a brick in her fortress of self-love. Today, her laughter fills her home, not because someone else is there, but because she is. Ellen's journey was different, but just as powerful. After her divorce, she faced judgment. "You're too picky," neighbors said. But Ellen wasn't picky. She was healed. She'd loved until she lost herself, begged for crumbs of affection, and vowed never again. She joined a Colorado book club, where she found sisters who celebrated her strength, not her status. "I'm not waiting for a prince," Ellen says, her voice steady. "I'm building my own kingdom." Action. Reflect on a time you gave too much to someone who didn't see your worth. How did you find your way back? Share it in the comments. Your story could light the way for someone else. A woman who lives alone is a force of nature. She's not hiding. She's protecting her peace. She's not distant. She's selective, choosing only what honors her soul. This power terrifies a world that expects women to need saving. A 2020 study in the Journal of Women's Health found that senior women living alone have lower stress levels than those in unfulfilling relationships. Why? Because they've built a sanctuary within themselves. Margaret's sanctuary is her garden, where she talks to her tulips as if they're old friends. I used to think I needed someone to feel alive, she says, dirt smudged on her cheek. But these flowers bloom for me. Ellen's sanctuary is her easel, where every brush stroke is a declaration of freedom. These women don't reject love. They reject anything that shrinks them. They want a love that adds, not subtracts, a partner who sees their wholeness, not their gaps. Action. Try this tomorrow. Spend 5 minutes doing something just for you. Sip tea, journal, or walk in your yard. Feel the power of choosing yourself. Can you make this a daily vow? Women like Margaret and Ellen spark two reactions: awe and unease. Awe from those who see their strength and want it too. Unease from a world that fears a woman who doesn't need approval. They're living proof you can be happy alone, and that truth strips away excuses. Men who thrive on insecurity can't handle their clarity. Women still seeking validation might feel judged, but Margaret and Ellen aren't here to judge. They're here to live. At a church social, Margaret overheard whispers. Why doesn't she remarry? She smiled, knowing her joy didn't need a ring. Ellen's book club friends once teased, "You're too independent." She laughed, saying, "I'm just me." Their authenticity is a mirror, showing others what's possible when you choose yourself, and that's revolutionary. Action. Join our 7-day self-love challenge. Each day, do one small act to honor yourself. Write a gratitude note, try a hobby, or say no to something draining. Share your progress in the comments. Who's with me? Margaret and Ellen aren't superheroes. They're women like you, who chose freedom over fear. You don't need to live alone to embrace their wisdom. Start where you are. Say no to what dims your light. Say yes to what makes you shine. Love doesn't complete you. You're already whole. And when the right love comes, it won't cage you. It'll dance with you. Imagine yourself at 80, laughing, free, surrounded by what you love. That's the life waiting for you. Which step will you take tomorrow? Let's hold on to the fire we've lit today. Margaret, tending her tulips in Ohio, and Ellen, painting her heart out in Colorado, showed us a truth that shakes the world. A woman who chooses herself isn't lonely. She's unstoppable. They've taught us that living alone isn't about absence. It's about building a sanctuary of self-love, a fortress of emotional freedom where no one can dim your light. They've shattered the myth that you need a partner to feel whole, proving that the most powerful love starts within you. Every step they took, through heartbreak, judgment, and doubt, led them to a truth we all feel deep inside. You are enough, just as you are. This isn't just a story. It's a call to rewrite your own. You don't need to wait for permission or a prince to live fully. Start tomorrow with one small act of courage. Sip your coffee in silence. Write a note to your younger self, or say no to something that shrinks you. Join our 7-day self-love challenge, where thousands of women like you are choosing themselves, one day at a time. Share your journey in the comments. Let's build a community of radiant seniors who know their worth. Picture yourself at 85, dancing in your kitchen, laughing with friends, free in your own skin. That's the legacy Margaret and Ellen are passing to you. If their courage moved you, share this video with a woman who needs to hear she's enough. Your sister, your friend, your daughter. Like, comment, and subscribe to keep these stories growing. Tell me below, what's one moment you chose yourself, and how did it change you? Your voice could light a fire for someone else. Let's choose ourselves together and watch our lives bloom.